Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 2. So, yes, there's a lot of confusion, you guys. Evidently, this episode came on Bravo's website and on their YouTube page and, on demand and everything last Monday or Sunday or something. I don't know. But anyway, the show had already been online for a week. However, they're just showing this episode tonight. But since it's already up, I decided to kill two birds with one stone and try to get some videos done this morning on Sunday so that I don't have as much to do on Monday. Okay, so you guys will get Real Housewives of Potomac and P-Valley today, and then tomorrow you will get The Shy, because we don't care. But anyway, you guys, yes, it's Sunday, like I said, and you guys know that I like to sprinkle a little Jesus in when we do partake on the Lord's Day. So if you'll join in with me, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Amen, amen, and amen. Anyway, you guys, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens and we hear Karen making all these odd noises. I said, I know that her and Uncle Jessup ain't getting it in. They got the Bravo cameras there too. But no, you guys, that's not what it is. She's actually working out with Jordan. Oh, and she's working hard. Uncle Jessup, we see him, he's at sitting in the chair, look like he's reading something, and then he goes downstairs. Hey, what you doing? Is that the Watusi? I can do that too. The Watusi, yo. Karen tells us that she enjoys working with Jordan, okay, when Jordan leaves. That's her trainer. I do it for you, Uncle Jessup, because it helps me keep all of this in shape. Since you won't tell me those three little words. Okay. That's not the words that I was talking about, but we'll work on that. Okay. She said it's very concerning that Uncle Jessup will not tell her that he loves her. And it has her worried, you guys. I was like, well, I guess at least on the show, they having problems. Let them tell it on their damn Instagram page, though. Everything is good. I was like, Karen, girl, you gonna drag this you and Uncle Jessup breaking up story to the hills. Now we see Gizelle, and she's all gussied up. She actually looks nice. Clothes matching everything, you guys. She's at the restaurant, and she said that hell has frozen over because she is tired of fighting with Monique. She doesn't see why they can't sit down and kiki together and have a good time. I mean, fuck, it's been 5 seasons. Let's get this show on the road. So Monique joins her at the restaurant and they sit down, and like two adult women, they have a conversation about the reasons why they haven't been able to get along thus far. But Monique feels like it hasn't been anything that's been that horrible that, they can't get past it and work on a friendship. Besides, Monique tells us that, Gizelle is getting that anointed D. So she's always way more agreeable when she has a man in her life. And I'd be willing to agree with Monique. Anyways, you guys, they're a little bit concerned about Ashley. She doesn't want to leave the house. She's got this new baby. They all have kids. So they know how it can be, being a brand new mom. It can be stressful. She needs to get out. So you know what? Let's have a party for her. Okay, the two of them are going to sponsor one together because they care, right? And they all did contribute to the stress of her life last season, with all the shit that went on with Michael. However, Candace was the worst of all of them, they believe, okay? And Candace owes her an apology. They're always about apologies on these shows, which just really gets me, because to me, if I got to ask for an apology, then you don't mean it. If you didn't offer it up on your own, then you can keep the shit, but hey, I guess it's all about appearances here. So they want her to apologize to Ashley. So they've decided the whatnots on that. Now let's talk about, Charisse. The problem that Monique has is that she was at the party. Monique is pissed though, because how can you befriend somebody that she's not friends with when everybody knows that she has a problem with them? Okay, the producers ask her, well, what is it exactly the problem with Charisse? She won't even grace it with an answer, okay? But don't worry, because Gizelle is there. Oh, and Gizelle says the word on the street is that Monique was having an affair with her trainer, and people were seeing them out, and they was a little too close for comfort, and Chris found out about it, okay? Charisse was telling people all in the neighborhood, you know, that Monique was getting it in with the trainer. Okay, and evidently it caused problems, and now Monique is mad at Charisse for spreading the lie. I was like, isn't this the same story we got with Karen a couple of seasons ago? Wasn't it her trainer? Oh, I'm sorry, it was Mr. Blue Eyes. It was the driver, right? We're recycling damn storylines now. Okay. Now Monique has a problem with Charisse, who's not even a champagne carrier on the show. She's not a housewife. She's a friend of the show. But boy, I tell you, that Charisse, she sure do carry some weight with her, don't she? Because every season is something. Now Monique feels like she's going to have a word with Candace. I mean, you know, it won't be the right time to have it at Ashley's place. I mean, a party. But yeah, she going to get to her one way or the other. Speaking of Ashley, we see Ashley, the new mom. You know, she's got little baby Dean. He's 3 months now. She has a lactose specialist come over all the time, Miss Karen. Miss Karen comes over to help her get the baby to latch onto her titty and all of that, because she had mastitis, I believe I'm saying it correctly, which is an inflammation, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a infection of the milk duct, okay? Very painful, I'm sure. It sounds horrible, you guys. I wasn't a breastfeeder. I didn't deal with all of that. But she said she almost gave up, but you know, the lactose specialist helped her. And, you know, it's all good. Now her mom comes over, and Miss Karen is also telling her how she needs to get back to her own life, you know, because if the mama ain't happy, the kid ain't happy. So get back to your life. Be around people that support you, love you. I was like, well, I don't know about this show, but I mean, okay. Mama said, yeah, besides, I'll come over here and watch the baby whenever you need me to. Okay, and Ashley appreciates that. So I guess this will give her a chance to get out to that party that the girls are throwing her. Now let's jump over to Candace. Okay, we see Candace. She's in her regular Candace wear, you know, shirts, jean shorts, okay, Gucci belt. And she's going to have lunch with Wendy, our newest housewife. And child, Candace loves Wendy because she's educated. She has a PhD. She's a political correspondent. She's a professor. She is a doctor. I mean, honey, she knows how to read a book, and she knows how to read a bitch, okay? Right up Candace's alley. Besides, nobody else really likes Candace on the show. I think that people tolerate Candace, but we already know that Monique, Gizelle, Ashley don't really see it for her. Robin don't care one which way or the other. And then, of course, Karen and Candace, I think Karen feels like Candace is very young, and she has to try to, you know, always guide Candace. She doesn't have a problem with Candace, but I feel like it could go south really quickly because of Candace's actions, you know, her antics. So Wendy, being a fresh new booty on the show, you know, this is perfect for her. So, you know, she said she met her at a benefit, and she just loved her to death and all of that. Okay, now Wendy, how did you feel about the girls at the Denims and Diamond party? She said, oh, you know, everybody was really, really nice. You know, she just can't understand why the grande dame always acts like she doesn't know her, considering they've met each other a long time ago. They've been knowing each other for about 2 years, but every time she sees her, Karen says, it's nice to meet you. And she was just like, girl, we already know each other. I said, girl, because Karen don't like you. Her words was that she was not impressed. So I still don't know what I feel about Wendy right now. She seems cool enough, you know. We give the new girls a chance. I mean, she hasn't come in. She looks like she's definitely there for whatever shits, you know, whatever particular shits people gonna be bringing. She is not there for the shade. She gonna call you on it, you know. So I think that we got that clear. And we'll see how that mixes with the rest of the girls. But so far, Wendy's cool, you know. Now, later on, we see Candace. She's at home. Oh, she's looking pensive. Okay, we see Chris, her husband, he's over there cooking, making them some lunch, it looks like. And she comes out and she said she just peed on a stick. Okay, and he looks around, he's concerned, and then she says it was negative, but she was kind of a little bit sad about it. Could it be that she's ready to have a baby? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that when she was talking to Wendy, that she had mentioned that she felt like she was sort of ready, but she's a little nervous because, she didn't have great role models growing up. Her mama, she don't want to be the same type of mama that her mama was. And Wendy was telling her, you need to be ready when you do it, but don't wait too long. You might run into some issue, but it needs to definitely be what you want. It can't be what anybody else wants. So now she's talking to Chris about it, and she was like, I was a little bit, I had a little problem with that. And he was just like, oh, really? And she said, yeah. She was like, I just, how would you feel if I was, willing to kind of change the timeline and, me possibly get pregnant? And he said, well, I already told you, I've been ready. It's you the one that got the issue, And then again, she goes on and on about being terrified about being a bad mother. All right. I kind of feel like when people feel like that, when it's so terrifying that you're unwilling to even take the chance, it's like that you have it in you, and maybe that's something that you need to work on. So maybe that's what Candace is trying to, deal with at the time. She says that, her being the only housewife without a kid now, is starting to put the pressure on a little bit, but she does admit that she envies the fact that Ashley even knew that she wanted to be a mother, right away, because Candace, she just can't seem to push the button. Now, how we gonna make this baby, I don't know, considering these two can't seem to get their sex lives to line up, Chris is a sex in the morning type of man, and Candace is a sex at night type of girl. However, Chris don't be having time for Candace and all her, she got to get herself fully prepared. I'm sure she got to take her makeup off. She got to probably do something with her wigs or her weaves and all this. And by the time she comes to the bed, he ain't really trying to fuck. Okay, so he would rather do it in the morning, but she was like, it's reluctant sex. I was like, girl, sex in the morning is the best. I'm with Chris, it's night time at night. I'm fine any time of the day, but I'm telling you, don't come hunching and rubbing my thigh at 12:30 at night. It's nighttime. It's time to go to bed. So I'm with Chris. Let's do this in the morning. But anyway, you guys, did y'all ask for that? No, huh? He was just like, I just want to make sure that you have, more than a decent time, because he still a little salty about her saying at the reunion that, their sex life was decent. That's not really a compliment. So Chris has to make him say, Chris has to make it clear that he knows what he's doing. Now, at another time, we see Candace out with Karen. All right. And they're looking like they're at a bar, really. But, Karen's just like, do you have French fries? And do you have honey mustard? Do you have honey mustard? The guy was looking like, I guess I better say I do, even if I don't, And he was just like, yes. And she's like, fine, great. I need fries with honey mustard. Then she's talking to Candace, and Candace says, oh, she got a text message right then. Imagine that. And the text message says that Gizelle and Monique are hosting a party for Ashley and that all the girls are invited. Oh, Miss Karen is tickled. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see this. Candace is surprised that she's even invited, considering. I said, girl, why are you surprised? You know how they do on this show. At the same time, Monique calls Ashley. Okay, Ashley is there with the baby, and Monique was just like, girl, I was just making sure that you still, set to come to the party for you. And Ashley was like, I just don't want to leave little baby Dean. Can I bring him with me? And she's like, yeah, no, you can't do that. That's going to be good for you to get a little break. Okay, he'll be fine. You just come on out and hang out with your girls. Hey, and girl, I got something for you. It's going to be me and Gizelle giving this. Okay, and that should be enough to make you want to come. Ashley love a good piece of mess. So, Ashley is like, really? I am so excited about this budding new friendship. Yes, come on down, girl. So anyway, she tells her that she's invited this new girl named Wendy, that she met, and she seems cool enough, and she just had a baby around the same age as little Dean. So maybe you guys can strike up a friendship there. Okay, Ashley's fine with that. Then she says, and I also invited Candace because she owes you an apology. What really kills me about the girls, especially this season, it seems like everybody has decided what the other person needs to do. Okay, how you gonna tell me I need to apologize. See, the kind of bitch that I am, if you keep telling me I need to do something, I ain't gonna do it. Even if I feel like I need to do it. Okay? So it's just like, I'm grown. Okay, so let's not do this. Besides, everybody seems to forget the bitch that Ashley was for the first 3 seasons. It wasn't until the 4th season when she was going through her shit, then all of a sudden she was humble and everything. Kills me how people forget that part. I mean, Candace has done her shit. Candace gets on my nerves. She's done her shit, all of that. But let's keep it real. Everybody seems to have amnesia suddenly about the shit that Ashley has done that has brought on all of this confrontation to begin with. So, Ashley says she's gonna come, and if Candace is with it, and bringing some bullshit, then she will definitely address Candace if she has to. Monique even again tells us, the audience, that she's still feeling some kind of way about Charisse, okay, and Candace's friendship. But the party won't be the time for that, so she'll leave it about Ashley and she'll address Candace later. But all Ashley knows is that the girl better apologize. Now let's talk about Gizelle meeting with Juan. Okay, it ain't nothing here, folks. Okay, they try to make it seem like it was something, Does Juan, does Robin know that Juan is meeting with Gizelle? Juan was like, no, I didn't tell her. Did you tell her? And Gizelle said no. Okay, but what is this meeting about? They're at a restaurant, at a table together. And child, all it was basically Juan wanting to say that he want to ask Robin to marry him. And again, this would be more exciting if we didn't already see the shit on social media. So it's just like we building up to whatever. So this was just his moment to say again how ride or die Robin's been and all of that. And, Gizelle, oh, I'm so happy for you. You got a diamond, because that's the best thing. And, oh, it also was a time for Gizelle to talk about her relationship with Jamal and how the girls are having a hard time. However, her and Jamal are happy and, all of this. Okay. Juan does reiterate that Jamal cannot fuck up this time because it will just kill the girls. Just hope Gizelle and Jamal, are serious about that thing, but whatever. Juan is gonna ask Robin for her hand in marriage. Now let's get to the lunch for Ashley. So Gizelle gets there first. She's setting up the places where everybody's gonna see. They got little cards with everybody's name, make sure that Candace and Ashley have the appropriate amount of space between the two of them. When Monique gets there, Gizelle is telling her, okay, I've already took the liberty to put people places, different places and strategic in my locations. Monique was like, let's move the butter knives. Gizelle was like, we grown and we need these butter knives for our bread, so leave them there. Okay. Candace better not pull that shit today. So they sit on down and Gizelle was like, oh, girl, let me tell you about what I found out. So I was talking to Ashley the other day and she told me that, honey, she found out that when Candace found out that you had a problem with Charisse, oh, she made a beeline to be friends with Charisse. I said, okay, so how the fuck do Ashley know this? Ashley don't fuck with Candace, so it's not like they have a conversation about it. And really, Ashley and Charisse, are they even friends? Charisse didn't even really like Ashley, so, but yet and still, Ashley has all this information on what Charisse and damn Candace did. I was just like, so now, of course, now Monique is even madder. Like, how the fuck you supposed to be my friend and you doing this? She says it's a dagger to her heart. And what makes it even worse is the fact that she has to find out this information from somebody like Gizelle, who she's still trying to even figure out if, she gonna be friends with her or what. So, yeah, she's not feeling this. But you know what? The rest of the girls start getting there. We see Karen come in. We see Robin come in. Everybody, they hugging pleasantries. Then Ashley gets there. Oh, the lady of the hour. Everybody's hugging and all that. Ashley tells us that it was hard for her to leave little baby Dean, but she knows that her girlfriends are making an effort. Plus, she had to be there for this, of course. Even Karen was so tickled. I was just like, I cannot believe that my girl Jizzy is trying to be friends with Monique. I had to see it. But it's good. This is good. Progress. Besides, Monique got other people in her crosshairs now. Well, Ashley, how you feeling about Candace being here? And Ashley was like, well, she hopes that it's going to be okay. She knows that Candace is immature. And then on cue, the producers send in Candace and Wendy. So again, we all, hey, everybody's hugging, everybody's, greeting each other. We see Candace, I think, give Ashley a hug. So I was like, well, that's a good sign. They introduce Ashley to Wendy, and when they talk, they find out that their babies are 13 days apart. Okay, Wendy had a girl, Ashley had a boy. Okay, Robin does point out, though, that look at the differences between a new mom and a third-time mom. Okay, Gizelle said, oh, yeah, honey, you leave that third baby on the curb. Okay, you just go do what you got to. I was just like, not quite, Gizelle, but okay. So, they're all laughing about the differences. Ashley is just saying how she can't wait to get there. And Wendy was like, girl, no rush. Like, enjoy the journey. And it's true. Enjoy the journey. That, when they about that little, they just mush and stuff. But definitely enjoy when they're little and little kids and all that. Because, child, when they get older, it's a whole nother ball game. So enjoy this time. Ashley, always oversharing, tells us that she tore her butthole. She had to get Botox in her perineum. It happens. You've heard many people say that they tore when they were giving birth. So that's not, it's just like, why are we talking about this at lunch? But I mean, I guess when you a new mom, you be talking about hemorrhoids and tears and your titties leaking and infected and all of this. So maybe that's why Ashley felt comfortable enough. But everybody is just sort of like, okay, we don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's lighten the load. Bump. Gizelle says, let's toast to the new mom. We all do a little cheers, clink, clink, clink. And then Ashley was like, so how was the Denim and Diamonds party? Did everybody have a good time? Oh, why are we bringing that up? Okay. Monique was like, I had to dodge a warthog. What? I had to dodge a walrus. Okay. And Ashley was like, oh, you talking about Charisse. Candace was like, girl, I had no idea you guys had so much beef. And Monique just looks at her and then she tells us everybody knows about the beef that we had. She is not about to sit up here and tell us that she didn't know. Okay. But she doesn't even address it there. She tells Candace, we'll talk about it later. Okay. But girl, anyway, what did you guys go on a honeymoon yet? Okay, you should have took that money that you had for that old party and went on the damn honeymoon. All right, and are you having sex without a condom? I mean, just telling all this girl's business in front of her new friend, Wendy. And Wendy was like, sex with a condom? Y'all still having sex with a condom? Girl, you got to go consummate your marriage. They were like, thank you. Okay, Candace was feeling ganged up on. I could feel like everybody was sort of like teasing her too. Okay, so she was just sort of kind of trying to talk, but people was talking over her and everything. After we talk about pull-out methods and all of that, let's move on again. So Gizelle says, I just want to address some things. We trying to forge a friendship, a sisterhood between the girls. And, we've all had issues with each other at certain times. We've all worked on these issues to get past it. Now, she feels like Ashley and Candace have issues that they need to work on getting past. Candace, trying to be agreeable. She says, well, I do think that we need to get to a place where we're able to sit down and talk with each other. This is not the time or the place, but I would like it if we could get together, just you and I, so that we could have a conversation about it and see if we can get past everything. Okay. Now, that was an olive branch. Ashley says, well, that's fine, but you have to really mean what you say when you say what you mean. Okay. I mean, if you're going to say that you want to be my friend and then you talk about me behind my back, then why does that make me want to even try to talk to you? So it's just sort of confrontational from the beginning. I don't know if I feel like Ashley needed to be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. But it's just sort of like, where else are we going to meet? Okay. You guys are at this party. We don't want to have this discussion now. Let's just talk about it later. How hard would it have been for Ashley to just be like, okay, I'd like that. Let's move on with the day. But no, Ashley says that, she's not going to do this. She's going to keep on talking behind her back. Karen, of course, is listening to that and she was just like, I feel for Candace because I have been here, okay, with the constant gang banging of them jumping on you. And when they do that, that is just pathetic. It's really sad. And yes, they did it to Karen that year after she, Uncle Jessup was having tax problems and all of that. So Karen definitely, remember I tell you guys all the time that everybody has their time, right? Well, this is definitely Candace's year. Candace is like, listen, everybody has their input. I don't really want to do this with you, Ashley, with an audience. And Ashley was like, you have an audience too. And then, of course, it goes left because now Gizelle was just like, oh, well, Candace, have you even congratulated her about having her baby? And Ashley was like, I really don't want her talking about my baby. And Candace was like, listen, is this party for Ashley or is this a jump on Candace party? Because I can't tell. And I was like, Candace, I can't tell either. I hate when bitches, even though these girls are good at doing it, but don't meddle in the shit. You making it worse. Has she congratulated her about her baby? Why would you think that she would when they had their relationship that they did? They don't talk. So no, you already know she hasn't congratulated her with her baby, you know? So it was just like, them stirring the pot up was annoying. Ashley was like, well, you always bringing it up. And I was just like, but Candace didn't bring it up. Candace tried to say, let's not talk about it now. Let's talk about it later. Okay, the girls, Monique and Gizelle, well, Gizelle mostly, but you know, the girls felt like she needed to handle it there. So you guys, all this wrong placed anger and all of this shit, I was just like, oh God. So I actually thought it was funny when Candace was like, Gizelle, shut the fuck up. Okay, fuck all y'all, and did her little drink. I was cracking up because, you know, they was doing too much. It was way too much. It's like, why can't we just have this party for this dumbass girl that just had her little baby and all of that, and let that be that? Don't let this shit be about me and y'all trying to conjure up an argument between Ashley and Candace. Okay, so Candace get on my nerves, but I was with her that night. All right, you guys, that's it. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.